for any of you, current or past members of the counterculture, who would like to call and talk a little bit about your life. I would sure like to hear from you. 441-KING, statewide and toll-free, 1-800-833-KING. Let's go to Tacoma.
In 1988, my friend Rudy and I decided to go on a road trip.
Is there a counterculture left? Is any of that stuff left, or is it just a few people stuck in a time warp, do you think?
No, it'll always be here. I mean, it's just a part of, we're all a part of these 60s.
So we were driving around in the 64 Mercury. We stayed off the main highways completely. We found little towns and went to rodeos and car camped.
The 60s made us all, and there's always going to be aspects of freedom around.
What elements of that lifestyle or that time are still a part of your life? The 60s are gone, no more counterculture left, or just fringes, huh?
That's right, that's right.
Along the way, I found this handwritten message on a reader board in a co-op in a small town called Tonasket, and it was announcing a healing gathering.
Is there a counterculture? Was there ever? Has it been co-opted by mass culture now? Or are there elements of the counterculture that are still a part of your life? This all comes about because of a couple of recent mass gatherings that just as last...
We were deep in the backcountry of eastern Washington. I found myself among a community of flower children, something I thought by 1988 had faded away. The Healing Gathering was a flashback, a love fest of back-to-the-landers who were keeping the spirit of the 60s very much alive.
Here you wake up in the mornings and you waken to birds and you haul your water, so you really have an appreciation. There's, I think, less taken for granted.
Boys, steady your rifles high and use a steady eye.
We're trying to live peace and love and sort of practicing for the future. When the world's full of peace and love, we're just here practicing.
And if the whiskey don't kill me.
We are really evolving a different culture, and it's a culture that is a simple life, and it's saying that a simple life can be satisfying.
A series of bangs and a lot of smoke left me lying in the dirt.
And this is what we love, we need, is that it's sort of organizing, as one put it today, the anarchist.
I knew right then that they had missed, though they shot me in the chest.
These are men and women and children with a growing sense of who they are as defenders of the earth.
I believe that many people will look at this as the dying culture, the end of the hippie era, the last stronghold in the mountains, fading into the sunset. And what I would suggest that this is the reviving of the culture.
At first, when I made these interviews and this footage, I didn't know what to do with it, because they were great interviews and beautiful footage of people dancing and singing in circles and communal kitchens. But I thought, people will laugh at this. People will not take this serious in 1988. But 20 years later, I looked at it in the midst of a developing green revolution, and suddenly these comments from 20 years ago seem very prophetic.
This is it. I mean, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And that spirit is so strong in me, and my life is so good. And I look at other people's lives and I don't envy them one bit. I don't want a fancy car. I don't want a TV. I like my life. My life is good. It's like I have such richness. I live in a gorgeous place. I work with the earth. I touch the earth. That's not everybody's path. You know, some people's path is in the city, and that can be a really good life, an effective life too. But my path is in the hills.
So you look at yourself back 20 years ago, and I know you've seen this before, but what one thing do you feel about you or your life has changed the most since that was recorded?
I have more wrinkles and less teeth. There's nothing of what I said there that I would disagree with at all.